Henry was once a trailblazer in the world of metaphysical sciences, working alongside his brilliant but reckless colleague Frankie. Together, they explored the enigmatic realms of soul transference, theorizing that human consciousness could be transferred into inanimate objects. Their experiments pushed the boundaries of ethics, but neither of them cared, until one day, Frankie pushed too far. A catastrophic experiment ended with Frankie's soul trapped in a toy rabbit's body, leaving his physical form an empty husk. The lab was shut down, and Henry abandoned the field, haunted by the memory of his partner's screams. Years later, on a stormy evening, Henry opened his door to find Frankie, or what was left of him. The once charismatic scientist was now a bizarre amalgamation of fur and malice. His small toy body moved unnaturally, his button eyes glinting with a sinister light. "Henry," Frankie hissed, his voice like grinding glass. "You owe me." Henry, shaken, invited Frankie in. Over hours of tense conversation, Frankie recounted his harrowing existence, the agony of being trapped in a lifeless vessel, unable to truly feel or live. He begged Henry to resume their experiments and help him reclaim his human form. "You don't understand what it's like," Frankie said, his voice quivering with desperation. "To be stuck like this, it's hell, Henry, pure hell." Henry felt a pang of guilt but refused. "Frankie, look at what happened to you. Continuing this work would be madness. Some boundaries aren't meant to be crossed." Frankie's pleading eyes darkened. "If you won't help me willingly, Henry, I'll make you." 2 nights later, Henry awoke to an empty house. Panic set in as he searched for his young son, Thomas. On the kitchen table, he found a note scrawled in childlike handwriting. "Join me, or you'll never see him again." Henry's heart sank. He knew who was behind this. Fueled by desperation, he followed a series of cryptic clues. Bits of fur left in Thomas's room, scratch marks on the floor, and a trail leading to an abandoned warehouse on the city's outskirts. Inside the dimly lit space, he found Frankie perched on a rusted table, Thomas bound and gagged at his feet. "You made this harder than it had to be," Frankie sneered. "But now you're here, and we can finish what we started." Henry lunged at Frankie, but was swiftly overpowered. Despite his diminutive size, Frankie's unnatural strength proved formidable. Henry was restrained, his struggles futile as Frankie prepared a twisted experiment. "I've been perfecting the process," Frankie explained as he strapped Henry to a crude apparatus. "This time, there won't be any mistakes." The machine roared to life, its humming drowning out Henry's screams. His vision blurred as his soul was violently wrenched from his body, forced into an old rotary telephone Frankie had scavenged. For a moment, all was silent. Frankie frowned. "It's not working," he muttered, tapping the phone. Henry's lifeless body slumped in its restraints, and the phone lay inert. "Useless!" Frankie growled, turning back to Thomas. "Looks like I'll need a younger, more adaptable vessel." As Frankie approached Thomas, the phone emitted a low hum. Its rotary dial began to spin on its own, and from its speaker came a guttural growl. "Frankie," the voice growled, metallic and distorted. "I'm not done yet." The phone vibrated violently, its components shifting and fusing. Jagged metal limbs erupted from its casing, and a grotesque humanoid form took shape. Henry's soul had not only survived, but had adapted, merging with the phone to create a monstrous new body. In his new form, Henry tore free from his restraints. His rage was palpable as he charged at Frankie, slamming the toy rabbit against the wall. "You took my son!" Henry roared, his voice a blend of static and fury.
"Hello, would you like to have some fun with us right now? Come on, go sing along with us in this fun time. Hello, would you like to have some fun with us right now? Come on, go sing along with us in this fun time. Hello, would you like to have some fun with us right now? Come on, go sing along with us in this fun time."
The fight was brutal. Frankie, though small, was agile and relentless, while Henry's new body was powerful but unwieldy. Amidst the chaos, Thomas managed to free himself and fled to a corner. watching in terror as his father and Frankie battled. Finally, Henry gained the upper hand, hurling Frankie across the room. He rushed to Thomas, scooping the boy into his monstrous arms. "It's okay," he said, his voice trembling with both relief and sorrow. "I've got you." As they escaped the warehouse, Henry began to feel a shift within himself. Dark whispers echoed in his mind, urging him to give in to violence and chaos. His new body, though powerful, was corrupting his soul. Carrying Thomas, Henry fled into the night, but the static-filled whispers grew louder. Then the phone, the one now fused to his body, began to ring. Instinctively, Henry answered. "Hello, Henry," Frankie's voice purred on the other end. "You didn't think you'd get away from me that easily, did you? I'm part of you now, just as you're part of me." Frankie's taunts wormed their way into Henry's mind, amplifying the dark thoughts already festering there. His grip on reality slipped, and he felt an uncontrollable rage boiling within him. As the whispers consumed him, Henry stopped in his tracks. Thomas, sensing something was wrong, looked up at his father with wide, terrified eyes. "Dad?" Thomas whispered. But Henry's eyes had changed. They glowed with an unnatural light, and his monstrous body trembled with suppressed fury. "Run!" Henry croaked, his voice distorted. Thomas hesitated for a moment too long. With a guttural scream, Henry lost control. When the madness subsided, he found himself standing over Thomas's lifeless body, his hands drenched in blood. "No," Henry whispered, his voice breaking. "What have I done?" A cruel, echoing laughter filled the air. It wasn't Frankie this time. It was Henry. The realization shattered what remained of his sanity. As Henry cradled Thomas's body, the phone on his chest rang once more. Slowly, he picked up the receiver. Frankie's voice oozed with satisfaction. "Now you see, Henry, you and I are the same. Monsters, both of us." Henry didn't respond. He simply sat there, clutching the phone and the lifeless body of his son as the night closed in around him. In the silence, the phone vibrated again. "Hello, Henry. We still have much work to do."